Good morning. Happy Tuesday from San Diego, which is now sunny. And would you believe it? Half an hour ago, it wasn't. Sky is still white, very Nigerian landscape here. Sky still very white, but the sun is shining and the light's kind of a bit odd today. So there you go. Anyway, that's the little weather report. I don't know why I start with the weather reports. I don't know, get you in the mood. I'm very excited today. I don't know if you can tell. I had an awesome meeting with somebody at a help desk this morning, which has inspired me completely. And I want to tell you all about that. And I want to make you an absolutely incredibly ridiculous offer. I know I love making ridiculous offers. Anyway, let's start with where we are and who we are and what we're doing. I am Andrea Kuchin. I am part of PhD in follow-up with my wonderful business partner, Robert Rosenthal. And a couple of years ago, we started a broadcast called My Home Biz Tips. The idea being that we would help home business owners with loads of really useful, helpful tips to grow their businesses. So from that eventually grew our Facebook group, PhD in follow-up, which is focused on more loyal customers and referrals for busy business owners, which we all are. There's no such thing as a non-busy business owner. Well, I'm working on it. I'll let you know when I get there. But if you're in business, you're busy, even if you're just busy delegating to other people. Talked about that a bit last week or a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, so you can find out more about how I help people, what our company does, phdinfollowup.com/Andrea Kuchin. I love feedback. Please email me at andrea@phdinfollowup.com. Alternatively, you can call or text, and yes, I will pick it up. 858-252-1190, and we're back to me again. Right. Automation. Automation is AI, artificial intelligence. In other words, you're using a machine to help you make a decision about what your next action is going to be. So if you were to set up, for example, a conversation by text message, which is what I'm doing for somebody on my team at the moment. Yes, I work for my team. Interesting, isn't it? Normally people think my team work for me, which they do, but I also work for them. So I'm helping set up an automation, which is a text conversation. And my system will send a certain response based on the reply they receive from the person we're having the conversation with. It could be done on Facebook. It could be done in LinkedIn, actual ordinary texts, whatever, you name it. Inside our CRM system, it's actually done in the CRM. So it goes from, I can do it on the computer. I'm not actually on my phone necessarily. I'm in the computer, or both. That's the beauty of it. I can do Facebook, and I can do, I can message for inside my Facebook page. I can message inside text messaging, or I can email, all in the same space. And I can track all the conversations that I'm having with the people that I'm talking to. It's an absolutely incredible CRM system. But the point about automation is that you can allow artificial intelligence, in other words, your machine, to do some of the work for you. So, for example, you ask a question and there are 3 potential outcomes. No response whatsoever. You might send a question to somebody and not get a response. Or they might respond yes, or they might respond no. Right? So your system is clever enough to tell the difference between no response, a positive response, or a negative response. And then you tell it what to do based on that. And then if it's a negative response, presumably it'll be something like, thanks for your feedback, or great, good to know, or whatever it is. And if it's a positive response, it'll be great, let me send you some information. For example, your system will then send that information. and then it'll wait to see what happens. And then you tell it what to do based on what the possibilities are. Your person you're communicating with, respondent, you could call them, I suppose. That's a market research term, but it might fit here. Your respondent, the person that you're communicating with, gives you a trigger, again, yes or no, something like that, or a time, maybe a trigger, which prompts your system to go, oh, they gave this response, I'm going to send that. Now, there is an art to creating a workflow and setting it up. And there's a fine line between it looking like an automated flow and being real. So, for example, I get bombarded. I mean, it's unbelievable how often this happens, and I'm not a huge person. So if I had a massive following, I can't imagine how bad it would be. The number of people who reach out to me to say, oh, I see you do that, therefore you obviously need this, or therefore you want that. And they communicate with me, and they're either using an automated system or they're using humans as if they were an automated system, who are not in, they didn't grow up in an English speaking country. So the messages are, don't flow very coherently, right? And I know immediately. And one of the things that I do, if I'm interested in something, and this is good for you, because some of you might want to introduce me to something at some point. If I am potentially curious, I'll ask a question and I expect an answer. And if I ask several questions, I expect all of them to be answered either with a yes or a no, or an I don't know, but I'll find out, right? It occurred to me recently that that's also a really easy way to figure out whether you're talking to someone who actually knows the business or not. But you don't get to that point until you've gone through a number of steps, right? And that first part of the conversation, I believe, is totally okay to let an automated system or a virtual assistant handle. I use both. It's perfectly okay. And I'll tell you from the respondent's point of view why. Because you haven't actually started a conversation yet, right? You've accepted a friend request and said you'd be interested in something, or you've started a conversation based on nothing that's important, just to see if you're the kind of person who will respond to a question. Like, how long have you been in business? Or, whatever it is that you ask people. And some people will respond. Now, that way, you have already decreased your workload significantly, because all the people that didn't respond, they're not worth following up with anymore. And you found out that they didn't respond, or that they're not interested in having a conversation with you, or they don't want to look at whatever it is. You found that out without using your own time. Now, they won't be offended, because they might not even have figured that you're using an automation or a different person yet, because we haven't got to the detail. We haven't got to the real part of the conversation. We've just been breaking the ice, right? This is just ice breaking. And it's totally okay to do this in an automated way. There does come a point, however, where you have to step in. Now, again, that can be a series. That can be automation first, then an assistant, and then you step in. Now, if you're lucky, you stepping in is actually the sales conversation, where the last thing that your assistant or your automated system did was send a link for you to make an appointment. And now you're making an appointment. And of course, the appointment process is completely automated. It includes, for example, reminders, text reminders to the person, a reminder to you that the appointment's coming up, a notification that it was made in the first place. It's a very robust system, and that's part of it. And you can plug that in additionally, right, into your workflow. But you will save an incredible amount of time if you can weed out the people who really want to talk to you. And you can do that in an automated way. Right. So what do we know about automations? They're a lifesaver. They save you an amazing amount of time. And some people actually love building them and think they're great fun. Mentioning no names. To a degree. I wouldn't want to do it all day long. I like the interaction with human beings way more, but I like figuring out how they should be set out. And the beauty is once you've made one, you can clone it to make loads more. Anyway, what a lot of people also think they know about this is that it's incredibly complicated and difficult and expensive and time consuming and not worth the trouble. I know this because I talk to people. Or people don't talk to machines. They know that it's a machine. You look bad when it's a machine. Okay, that's a business strategy of your own. I can't help you with that. If you've decided that's not the way you want to go forward, fine. What I would say to that is, bear in mind, it doesn't matter what business you are in and how personal the business is. The marketing bit of it is still a numbers game. In every single business there is, it is still a numbers game. In other words, you have to reach out to a lot more people to find the people who are interested and take them through the process of turning them into your clients. Now, you can do that in a smaller way, a more intimate way by doing networking events and networking groups, which you can do digitally or in person. And I've talked about that before. You can do it in a slightly bigger way by reaching out to people on social media and building an email list. Or you can do it in a massive way by using advertising. But the principle is the same. The point is, there are millions of people out there, and some of them are your ideal customer, client, patient, whatever, and some of them are not. And it's your job as the marketing department in your business, or if you've got a marketing department, it's their job to find out who's for you and who isn't. And you can spend a massive amount of time doing that, or you can get a support system set up, which can be virtual assistants, robots, somewhere in between. I'm a great person for the middle road. I love the middle road. It's kind of my favorite place. That's where I like to be with this. Okay, I've seen what happens when you go too far one way, and I've seen what happens when you go too far the other way. So here is my offer to you. I have an incredibly brilliant CRM system, which includes bulk email, bulk text, workflows and automations, phone numbers, obviously that goes with the text thing. Loads. Everything you need. Oh, appointment setting and tasks and reminders to yourself and to other people. So that's not its strongest feature, but it's good enough. Everything actually that is inside a CRM marketing management system, landing pages. It's all there at an incredibly reasonable price. And I'm designing workflows for my team. And we also have our digital business cards that I designed for the team. That's a separate thing. There's a little bit of an overlap, but not necessarily. But they are separate. You can't pay once and get them both. You either buy one or the other or both. But I would love to teach you how these things work. I would love to get you using them. I would love to see you grow your business. So here's the deal. You join my team and become my customer in these items, and you get a number of things. First of all, you get one-on-one time with me strategizing how to make it work. You can also join a training group that shows you more about how it works. We set up an automation for you. Whatever else it is beside the point. The digital business card thing is separate. But I will help you set up an automation for your business, right? This is also a business opportunity, right? And I will help you market it so that you have an additional stream of residual income. The reason I like marketing software is because people need software. I only sell things I use myself. I get offered tons and I use very, very few. You know that. I've talked before about hacking free things. So I'm not out for your money. I am out to share what I use because it works really well. I only use what works really well for businesses similar to mine, right? I am also going to choose over the next month or so, 2 or 3 people that I'm going to work with very intensely in order to build their business. And my intention is to help them generate $100,000. Yes, I did say it out loud. Okay, so if you want a really robust CRM system, as an aside, if you're in business, you do, because you might already have one, but it might not be as good as this one. So let's chat. Let's compare notes. Let's see how good it is, because I don't want you to have mine. I want you to have one that works. But if you use mine, I can help you building workflows and helping you grow a business as an affiliate. And I'm looking for 2 or 3 people that I'm going to help build a massive amount of money, a huge income. Now, you know me, I'm always talking about residual income streams and how we need 5, right? Not necessarily as individuals, but at least as families. Well, my husband and I have gone beyond that now. So we're getting to the stage, or will be at the stage, where there will be 5 income streams for each of us. It's not greed, because they're not all multi-million-dollar incomes. It's security. Because if one of them goes wrong, we've got something else. And why do I live that way? Because I used to work for other people. I worked in television. I worked in market research. I worked in theatre production. I worked in finance and financial management and a hedge fund. Several times I lost my job. I was relatively high up, so I had a relatively high paid job and I had relatively high expenses. Now, when you go to work one day in a good life because you have a good job and you love your job and you love your income and you love your home and the things your income allows you to do, and you come home that evening with nothing because somebody took it all away from you for whatever reason, companies collapsing, people getting sued, mergers. I can't tell you the number of different times it's happened, but the different reasons, all good, valid reasons, but that doesn't help you when you're the one who's just lost your income. And after that had happened twice, I said to myself, okay, that's it. That's not happening again. I'm not going to be wiped out again by one thing going wrong. Okay. Now, I've lost jobs since, but I've never lost my security, my income, because I've had different things. I've made investments in different things, and then later on when I came to the States, in different businesses, and that's where we are now. So this isn't greed, it's safety. It's common sense. It's like getting insurance when you drive a car. You know, there's a chance something might go wrong further down the line, and you want the safety of knowing it's not going to wipe you out. There you go. That's what I want for you, especially because things are looking a little bit rocky in the world at the moment. We don't quite know how they're going to go. So the more secure our platforms and our backsides are, the safer we will be and the happier we will be and the better we will survive what's coming in whatever shape or form that is. So I've got software which will help you in your business. I can help you with that software beyond normal tech support. If you are interested in turning those software opportunities into business opportunities and making a little bit of extra money, I can help you do that too. And I'm looking for a couple of stars that I intend to help make a significant amount of money over the next 6 or 8 months or so. Okay, good. If that's you, any of those are you, call or text me 858-252-1190, 858-252-1190, or email me andrea@phdinfollowup.com, andrea@phdinfollowup.com. You can find out more about me on the website. There is a page there. You can send a question to me, or you can connect with me through the Facebook group, which is PhD in Follow-Up. That is it for today, my friends. Workflows, automation, lifesaver. Really look into it. Very, very important. And you might be surprised at how cost effective some of these things are actually. They are really well worth it. Certainly much more cost effective than hiring somebody. That's the next step. We earn a bit of money first, then we grow. Then we earn a bit of money, and then we grow. That's how it works. Meanwhile, making sure that we're financially secure because we've got loads of different things in place. So we are safe. We and our families are safe. That's what they deserve, right? And you being financially safe and secure means that you can focus on your business and help the people who need help. That's what you're here for, isn't it? To help people. That's what your life's about. That's what you want to do. All right, this is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week, and come and see me here again next Tuesday. I look forward to seeing you then. I'm just looking for my... Here we go. Good. I'm set. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.